Mount Morgan may look like a quiet little town. The fortune discovered beneath this mountain helped create BP and fund one of Australia's leading medical research institutes, but that incredible wealth also left behind a difficult legacy. I'm done. Oh, it says don't swing the bridge. Then we had to bring the caravan down the Mount Morgan range before finishing the day high above Queensland's beef capital. Last episode, we made it into Mount Morgan for the night and settled in with the bad weather. This morning though, we've woken to a beautiful clear sunny day and we're finally going to get a proper look around this town of Mount Morgan. So come along with us and enjoy. They've restored that nicely, haven't they? Real little mountainous gold town. Right over there in the back we can see what appears to be part of the old mine. We'll see if we can get up there actually and get some shots. All the shop fronts down there, they're like just like the old day, you tie your horse over out the front. Look at this tree. It's incredible. What do they call them? The fig?
Nippy. It is, eh?
Very hilly. She's up and down. Oh, need some camping gear there? Walking through the Mount Morgan Historical Museum, we began to realise that this quiet little town has a story far bigger than we'd expected. The gold story here began as early as 1865 when the Morgan brothers discovered small amounts of alluvial gold in the gullies around what was then known as Ironstone Mountain. The mountain and eventually the town would later carry their name. But the real transformation began in 1882 when mining operations commenced on the mountain itself. What initially looked like a rather unremarkable ironstone outcrop turned out to contain an extraordinarily rich deposit of gold, copper and silver. Before long, Mount Morgan had developed into one of Australia's most productive mines, and at its peak in the early 1900s, it was regarded as the richest gold mine in the world. Over its working life, the mine processed more than 50 million tonnes of ore and produced approximately 250 tonnes of gold, 50 tonnes of silver and more than 360,000 tonnes of copper. Those numbers are almost difficult to comprehend. But the wealth that came out of Mount Morgan travelled far beyond this small Queensland town. One of the mine's early investors was Rockhampton solicitor William Knox D'Arcy. The fortune he made through Mount Morgan helped finance his search for oil in Persia, now modern-day Iran. Oil was eventually discovered there in 1908, leading to the creation of the Anglo-Persian Oil Company, which would later become the global company we now know today as BP. Another early investor, Walter Russell Hall, also made a considerable fortune through Mount Morgan. After his death, part of that wealth helped establish the Walter and Eliza Hall Institute of Medical Research, which became one of Australia's leading medical research organisations. So in a remarkable way, the wealth from this mountain helped influence not only Queensland's development, but international oil exploration and Australian medical research as well. Closer to home, the mine created an entire community. Generations of families depended on it. The operation included workshops, laboratories, a foundry, brickworks and its own power facilities. At various times, almost every part of life in Mount Morgan was connected to the mine. Mining continued here for almost a century, from 1882 until the main operation closed in 1981. Later treatment of the old tailings continued into the early 1990s. And today, the mine is reopening again with the new technologies available to work through all those old tailings, and they think going to produce a lot more gold. By then, the original ironstone mountain had been transformed into an enormous open-cut mine, more than 300 metres deep from the height of the original mountaintop. And while the mine brought extraordinary wealth, it also left behind major environmental challenges that are still being managed this day. Rainwater reacting with the exposed rock and old mine waste creates acidic, metal-contaminated water, which must be treated and carefully managed to protect the Dee River downstream. Walking through the museum, surrounded by photographs, machinery, and the personal stories of the people who lived and worked here, it becomes clear that Mount Morgan isn't simply an old mining town. It is a place whose influence reached much further than its size would ever suggest, and whose remarkable past can still be seen throughout the town today.
And apparently, I've just been told that the gold from Mount Morgan will be used to produce the gold medals for the Brisbane Olympics. So there you go. Back in 1882 or something, the guy that owned the land bought the land from a local farmer. Farmer didn't know there was gold and stuff on it. Anyway, 4 years later they sold it, didn't think there was going to be much future in it. And then 2 years later they found a massive seam just below the surface that the blokes would have bloody killed themselves, wouldn't they? God. Okay. Someone can tell me what sort of tree. I'm guessing these are the Moreton Bay fig, the ones that just start off as a seed thing, then they strangle the existing tree till the existing tree dies, and then it takes over. My guess. And that one there, that was once two separate trees. There we go, two separate trees. Wow. So if someone knows, I don't know exactly what these trees are. I'm guessing, as I said, they're the strangler figs. That's amazing. Hundreds of years old.
1901 to
There's a smokestack, and more in the distance. We're going to see if we can get closer to that.
Visit the lookouts. Drive to the Arthur Thames Lookout and the Stopford Way Lookout for panoramic, draw-dropping views of the vast mining pit and the Big Stack historic brick chimney. Oh, there's actually a Mount Morgan Railway Museum as well. Walk the suspension bridge. Arthur Thames with a double M S lookout. Oh.
Yeah.
That is huge, isn't it?
And you can't see the massive hole in the ground over the far side. That's that great big hole is down there somewhere. Over here. It's over there, other side of that mountain. Incredible, isn't it?
And they've just reopened it. That's pretty cool about the medals for the Brisbane Olympics.
After seeing the photographs inside the museum, standing here finally gave us some sense of the scale of this thing. You can take any pictures or?
See what happens.
Isn't that where we went? Oh, maybe it's open now. Came in the other end. Well, that's pretty impressive.
Isn't it?
Amazing, a mountain with a railway station. That wouldn't be something you see too often. Let's go check that out. It's the old Razorback. No easy place to get to in the 19th century. And look at this, gold fever strikes. It's nicely restored, but I wonder if it was that colour originally.
No,
You think?
they are the colours that around that time that you see a lot of these old buildings.
Well, let's go and check her out. Mount Morgan. Well, the inside was pretty amazing, and they have a 90-minute guided tour and video clips, but we didn't really have the time to do that as we were making our way back out of Mount Morgan heading down to Rockhampton. But we'll definitely get back here again, and next time we'll do the full tour, get the whole story from the locals. We then made our way to the suspension bridge. Now, the suspension bridge crossing the Dee River is Mount Morgan's most recognisable landmarks, but the bridge standing here today is actually a replica. Beginning in the 1890s, 6 swinging bridges were built across the river to help workers reach the Mount Morgan mine. They were especially important during floods, when crossing the Dee River by other routes could become difficult or impossible. The present bridge is officially known as the private Victor Stanley Jones Suspension Bridge. Victor Jones worked for the Mount Morgan Gold Mining Company, beginning as an office boy and later becoming the mine's paymaster. When the South African or Boer War began, he enlisted for service. On New Year's Day in 1900, Jones was killed during the engagement at Sunnyside in South Africa, and is remembered as the first Australian to die while serving in an Imperial force. The memorial bridge was constructed by members of the Royal Australian Engineers and completed in 2000. It was officially reopened in April 2001 as part of Australia's centenary of Federation commemorations. So while the bridge recalls the practical crossings used once by Mount Morgan's miners, it also honours a local mine worker whose life ended a very long way from home. Wow. Walk as straight as you like and this thing gets a wobble up. Whoop. Gets a wobble up. Gone as far as I'm going to go. Because it's moving too much.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'm done. No, it says don't swing the bridge. Look at the tree. They kept cut power lines through it, and it's just kept growing and growing and growing. That's incredible, isn't it? There's another one down there. One tree. If one of those sides fell down, the whole tree would fall over. All these old miners' cottages, these things, this whole road, every house is 100 years old plus. No.
Just the trees and everything.
Morgan Range, not suitable. Caravans proceed with care. Righto. So you're going to go that way, you reckon, or we go back? 40 k's an hour, steep descent. Well, a semi-trailer can come up here, it's no problem for us. I don't know why they warn people off this road when it's no worse than any other winding mountain road, is it?
It's actually better than some.
Yeah.
Hello. For the wind.
ready to see the big moo cow?
Where's the big moo?
Just be patient. Just be patient. You'll see the big moo cow.
Oh, right. Do I need to blindfold Bronson?
I don't think so.
No. Oh, there's the big moo cow. Oh my God, traffic.
That's it. You're in Rocky.
Traffic.
So we'll find somewhere to pull up and check out on what we're doing.
By the time we reached Rockhampton, we'd already pulled into the free camp at Kershaw Gardens, unhooked the van and headed into the centre of town for a good look around.
Down that way and we'll go up the pathway. Rocky CBD, Rockhampton. Who's this hoodlum? Who's the hoodlum climbing through the garden beds? Not following the path. The path to enlightenment, darling, is up this way. All heritage historic buildings all along the riverfront here. Can't get a lot of good shots of them because there's things called trees in the way. But very expensive properties. Some of them are now private residences or some are law offices. Rockhampton's done a great job preserving their old culture and history of these buildings. It's great to see rather than having them torn down and put some concrete blooming junk up there. Rivers is gone. The $2 shop over there appears to be gone. Shop Smart. This is what happens. When these cities grow and everything expands outwards with new housing estates and new shopping centres, all these CBD shops just struggle and just go under. There's no one comes in here to shop. So we see the decline of all the retail, but it's really good if they can revitalise it. Not the retail so much, but create the nightlife. Apparently all these trees in the main street here, apparently at night time they're all lit up. It's like Christmas through here at night time. And Sue's found a silly sollies. Now, I think the only place you see these is in country Queensland. It's good buying value. I'd say that used to either be the post office or council chambers, one or the other. It's neither now. It's restaurants and offices. There's an old Stewart's department store.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Slowly.
It's a beautiful river, beautiful spot. Just got such a bad rap again. I read in crime and whatever, but you know why that is. St. Christopher's Chapel. Australia and America. Chapel was here for the American military built it. The troops that were leaving out of Rocky heading to war zones. The chapel was built for them to come and say their little prayers and their farewells, and 1943 erected by the 542nd Special Engineer Regiment, United States, and currently maintained today by the RSL, Rockhampton sub-branch RSL. Very nice. Australia and United States is a long-term relationship. A beautiful memorial. St. Christopher's Chapel.
These mad people. Quite high up.
You probably get a shot up here if you were ready.
And that would be Rockhampton down below. Can't quite see it very well through the trees. Big power station over the back there. And little mounds out there, like they're little individual mountains. That's not the lookout.
Well, what is?
You've got to walk the boardwalk, elevated boardwalk. Yeah, 500 metres return, allow 20 minutes. Grade easy, fully accessible.
Yeah, enough to do the circuit. Oh, it's a grade 1. Does that mean grade 1 is really, really hard?
No, grade 1 means it's really, really easy.
It's the Mount Archer Nirrum circuit out to the boardwalk. Treetops boardwalk. Slowly, Bronson, slowly.
She'll beat a kitten.
Oh. So there's echidnas here. Australia's most widespread native mammal and the only species of echidna found in Australia. Wandering around the forests.
Native raspberries.
You catch me eating them.
See that? Like little lumps.
There's the coast over there. And
Oh, it's the ocean.
Yeah, it's the ocean. That'll be Yeppoon right over there in the distance.
Oh, right.
All right, that's Yeppoon.
So I want to know what these little, I mean, they're obviously geological, either something to do with volcanoes or something.
They're Earth's acne, darling.
They're what?
Earth's acne. Like they're Earth's pimples, you know, that just come up. Like But they're too big, you can't
There's
squeeze.
something wrong with your brain.
You can't squeeze them though.
No, go away.
Oh, and here it is. Here's the famous dinosaur egg. No, it's a dinosaur egg. Hasn't hatched yet. I think I read somewhere these particular dinosaurs, I think they take 7,647,000 years to actually hatch before they mature. Is that right, darling?
Oh, no idea. Paul Stafford.
As we head out onto the treetops. Ooh, it's quite a long way off the ground. Well, there you go. There's the gracious beef capital of Australia, Rockhampton, and the Fitzroy River. Amazing view from up here, isn't it?
Kershaw Park, Rockhampton. Beautiful little area, great place for walking and a free camp. Right in the middle of the city.
Next time we leave Rockhampton and head for the coast. But not long after arriving, our plans suddenly come to a stop.
Brandy Bottle Caravan Park. Cheers.